video is done in order to show an example of provisioning with vagrant in operating system CentOS. So objective, the aim of this provisioning is to set up a website. Yes, and we want to automate the website setup. So for that, we will create a new VM, a CentOS VM. So for that, we will create a folder with an mkdir. We create the folder, name it tutorial IEC infrastructure has code. So it's done. Okay, this VM will be created. We will install, we set up the operating system CentOS in this VM. So for that, we move to the new folder we have created, tutorial IEC, and we init the CentOS operating system. So I have already created a CentOS VM. So I have the name of the box. So you search the name of the box. CentOS. You have to pass this, the Euro Linux vagrant CentOS 9, and what will interest you is to copy this, the Euro Linux vagrant, and you come back to your git bash and you init it with vagrant. And you let vagrant do the job by init this this VM. So see that vagrant has edited it. So we come back to our editor. So see that we have created a folder, name it tutorial IEC. So if we next is the tutorial IEC, we see there's a vagrant file. So for provisioning, we will use this file, and this file don't just allow to vagrant, but it allow to fix an address. So and for doing to a networking, and by networking, we will fix our IP address here for the server. So here we use this IP address, and we will let the config in public network. And here we can also add some memory. Can add our memory here, and for provisioning now, it's in this side. We must uncomment this line. So here, by default, we see that it's apt-get, it's use it, but we use operating system CentOS, and CentOS is different to Debian, and the command line are different. So firstly, for automating the website setup, we must install the prerequisite. So for prerequisite in CentOS, you use the yum. We'll install wget. We'll install to unzip. We'll install to the editor VM, and we will install the most important tool, the HTTPD, the server HTTPD. And don't forget to add the -y for allowing the non-interactive between the system and the user. Because when it will have interaction, it will occur an error after that. So it's important to always add this -y. So after I installing server, we must to restart the HTTP server. And in CentOS, we must to enable HTTPD. So if it's done, we must now download our template HTML. And for that, the template HTML is by default in zip file. So we have to unzip it. So for unzip it, we must create a temp folder where we will unzip here the file, and after copy them in the server HTTPD. So for that, we create a folder in the temp folder, a folder that is we'll name it tutorial. We will delete it after tutorial IEC, and we will move to temp now. Tutorial IEC. So now we will now install our file, our template. The template we want to install is in the website template.com. It is a admin dashboard HTML template. So you have to click on the button download, and what we want to have the request URL and give it that to the vagrant, and here the request URL is here. Have it. So we come back to our vagrant file, and now what we will do is to unzip it and unzip it this file, and now it is unzipped. We must copy now all this folder. We copy folder into the var www HTML. And now when we unzip it, what we must do now is just to restart our HTTPD. And for doing very well, we will now delete the temporary folder. And for that, we come back to temp folder, and we rm it, we delete. And our line of code are written. So what we must do now is just to provisioning now our vagrant VM. So let's open our git bash, click on clear. So click on vagrant up. If there's no it's well installed, so I have not tested that. I have done forgetting here. So we must change here by tutorial TMC, but it's not affect the. It's not a very purity of with this. So we see that it's completed successfully, and now let's verify if the website setup is well installed. So we copy this IP and we go in the browser and paste it here. So see that it's well installed set up. Thank you.